Rosa Parks was born in 1913 in Alabama. She grew up in the South, at a time where systemic racism was everywhere. If you were black, you couldn't go to the same schools, eat at the same restaurants, or even walk on the same side of the street as white people. It wasn't just how African Americans were treated, it was also the law. Growing up, Rosa Parks was bullied because of her skin color, and when things got physical, she learned how to fight back. On December 1st, 1955, as a 42-year-old woman, Rosa was on her way home from a long day of work. She got on the bus. In those days, buses were segregated. If you were black, you had to sit in the back, and only white passengers could sit up front. Rosa sat down and saw that the white section was starting to fill up. Eventually, all of the seats in the white section became full, and when a new white passenger got on board, the bus driver walked over and demanded that Rosa give up her seat. Rosa refused. She was tired from a long day of work, but more than anything, she believed that she and every other African American deserved the same rights to sit wherever they wanted as everyone else. Some heroes stand up to injustice. Rosa did it instead by sitting down. The bus driver called the police and Rosa was arrested. They charged her with disorderly conduct and violating the state's segregation laws. That one simple act of daring to say no led to a boycott of the segregated bus system. It was led by none other than Martin Luther King Jr. The boycott lasted more than a year, and eventually, the Supreme Court ruled that segregation on public transit was unconstitutional. At the time, Rosa had no idea what her simple act of defiance would lead to. Her courage and her story fueled a massive change, where millions of Americans, for the first time, saw what could happen if people stood up for equality and justice. Today, Rosa Parks continues to inspire millions, reminding all of us that no amount of courage is too small, and that sometimes you can begin an entire movement by saying no.